It's time I get in the game, forget the money and fame. Stay ready, making sure that they'll remember my name. I got a hunger inside when the numbers are tied. Yo, I'ma turn it up a level, never will be denied. I got them back on their heels, about to have me a meal. Not Zeke, but I'ma eat the way I'm seeing the field. Take out the competition, they'll remember the name. The wicked one I always bring it, got my head in the game. Now it's on. Finally went and wrote me a song. We the nation, eyes up on the chip and taking it home. Always up in my zone, yo, I'ma alter the plot. Man, it just can't stop. I got him shaking the spot. You got knocked down, go on and get up off the floor. Line up, brace yourself, cause I'ma give it some more. And when you feel the fire that I'm lacing into my rhymes, you know the heat is coming, baby. It's my time to shine now. It's my time, so yo, let's get it on. What is up, Familia? Welcome to another episode of Gridiron Nation Podcast. Yeah, man, this is the podcast made for all the hardcore football fans by the average hardcore football fan. Y'all already understand that's exactly what I am. What is up, baby? I hope you guys are enjoying or enjoyed your Sunday. I know this one's coming a little later than I usually do it on Sundays, man. But, you know, I had a little something important to do. I had an important date today. I had to take my daughter out on a daddy-daughter movie date today, man. We had a blast. It was fun out there. Went to go see the Blue Beetle. Yeah, I'm going to get into that here in just a little bit, man. But I hope you guys are having a good weekend. We got a lot going on, man. We had, of course, preseason. It's right in the middle of preseason right now. With only 3 games in the preseason now, we're looking at one more game left after this weekend, man. So we're going to see what some of these teams do next week. I know some starters have played, some haven't. We're going to see what happens next week, man. I know, like, for you Cowboys fans, we haven't seen Dak Prescott. We haven't seen Micah Parsons. We haven't seen most of the starters, actually. Most of them have not suited up, but, you know, we'll see. We'll see. We've gotten a good look at guys like Jalen Tolbert and, of course, Deuce Vaughn, baby. Yeah, Deuce is he's taking the world by storm a little bit with just a few runs, man. But looking forward to seeing what the teams do here in the last week of preseason. And what's players, man. Players are good. Guys are going to be playing hard, though, trying to get that last roster spot. So, by the way, right now, I don't know if you're either listening to this on Spotify or something, or you might be watching this on YouTube. I'm putting this on YouTube. Like I said, I'm recording this, and I'm not going to be doing a live stream every week, guys. I do a live stream as the co-host of the Gridiron Show with Jersey. Shout out to Jersey, my co-host over there. And you can catch us on that on Saturday mornings, man. Just let you know, I'll just be following my pages, and I'll be posting that every time that we're going to be coming on live. But as far as Gridiron Nation podcast show, the Vodcast is actually on YouTube now, and I've had to start a new YouTube channel. All right, guys. So bear with me, man. I'm trying, man. It's been busy, crazy. Been trying to just get everything together and, still keep the shows rolling. And I got another show I'm looking at starting here for the Arlington Renegades fan base of the XFL, baby. So, man, I just been busy, y'all. And there was school starting soon. And, with work, it's been hectic, y'all. But here I am. I'm here. A little bit late on Sunday, but I'm dropping this, man. So if you're watching on YouTube, I appreciate y'all. Be sure to share it and subscribe to the page. And do the same if you're listening, wherever you're listening to this, whether it's on Spotify or on iHeart, whatever, man. Google Podcasts, Amazon, Apple Podcasts. Share it, man. Follow it, like it, get the notifications so you know every time I drop the episode, all right? But pretty soon, probably in about 2 weeks here, I'm going to be going to Tuesdays, y'all, because the NFL season kicks it into high gear. Week 1, baby, right around the corner. So we're getting ready to get into that, man. But just so you guys know, and for those of you, watching this right now or listening, I appreciate y'all. You guys already know this, man. And thank you, man. Thank you guys for supporting the show. Because, like I said, it's been a lot going on, man. I've been trying to think of ways to grow this, my brand here and expand my horizons a little bit. You know what I mean? When I come home, I'm tired, y'all. Tired. Sometimes I'm too tired to do anything. I just want to relax, watch some TV, try and get some gaming in, but I haven't been able to get much gaming in here and there. But I haven't been able to work on music, man. Damn, I need to get to work on some music because I've had some ideas, but I just haven't had the time. Straight up, man. Shoot, I've been tired here. You know what I do? Like, I caught myself doing this the other day, guys, and I know I'm not the only one. It's about being lazy, man. Like, okay, so we have, or you walk into our kitchen, there's a door to the garage there. All right. Right inside the garage, Betsy's got a nice little red bin there. It's a plastic bin, big storage bin, and we put a bunch of cardboard in there. And when that thing gets full, we take it. We break down the cardboard and put them in there like that, and then we take it in. We go and take it to the nearest cardboard recycling bin, which is right here at my daughter's elementary school. So I caught myself doing this, man. This is how I know I've been lazy when I'm home. I'm like literally right standing by the door. There's counters right there. All I got to do is take 3 steps to open the door and put the cardboard in. I broke down a 12-pack, a box of Dr. Peppers. Broke it down, and I left it on the counter because I didn't want to take 3 steps to go into the garage. I'm like, man, you know what? Forget that. When I go in the garage for something, I'll put it in there. Don't judge me. Don't sit there judging me. I know y'all do this too. I know y'all lazy too. And I'm like, damn, man, I don't want to walk in the damn garage. I don't care if it's only 5 steps. I'm tired. That's work. Putting stuff in the recycling bin. I don't care. Don't judge me, man. Don't judge me because I'm trying to snap out of that. I am trying, man. It's been tired. I ain't been able to do yard work. I go outside and I'm like, man, it's too damn hot. I'm going back inside. I come back inside, the refrigerator there, and I relax, and I get lazy, and then no yard work gets done. But that's all right, because I got a couple of weeks of vacation coming up, so I'm going to take care of it then. But damn, man, well, y'all tell me what you do. I've been taking vitamins. I've been exercising. I've been on this whole kind of weight loss kick. I'm feeling good, man. I've lost some weight. I'm good. I've just been tired. I think it's the heat. What do you guys think, man? We're finally starting to get out of the hundreds. Man, it's crazy heat wave this summer, but we're finally getting away from that, y'all. So I'm hoping it starts to cool down a little bit. And if you're watching on YouTube, you can see in the background, this is not my studio. You see Bob Marley back there. Yeah, much love to Bob. But my AC done went out. Remember I told you guys I was having some issues with that stupid ass AC in there? Yeah, the refrigeration unit, it went out. So I can't be in there right now, man. I'm doing the show in here, so I'm waiting for it to cool down a little bit, waiting to hear back from the damn company that made the damn air conditioner in the first place. And of course, it take a week just to freaking get a damn response from those people. Y'all know how that goes. So here I am, y'all. I'm improvising, but I'm still bringing you the show because consistency is key in this podcast game. And I appreciate y'all for joining me today, all right? So let's get rolling, man. I told you guys we went to see the Blue Beetle. I was hyped about this movie, guys. I was like super hyped about this movie because, for one, I wasn't like really big on Blue Beetle, but I'm familiar with the character. If y'all know what I'm saying, so I'm familiar with the character and then his background and stuff. So when this movie came out and I saw the casting, I was so hyped because it's something that it was my culture. Kind of like how I was excited for Wakanda Forever. You guys remember that. But the same thing here, man. But this thing, you guys got to go watch this movie. First of all, if you're just a fan of superhero movies, you're going to like this movie a lot. I don't know if you'll love it. I loved it, but I think a big part of that is because of the cultural aspect of it. I mean, they really did an amazing job of respecting the modern day Chicano, Mexican American household, man, like family. You know what I mean? Like they really did a good job. They didn't shy away from the way we talk, our Spanglish. Like they talk a lot of Spanish in this movie, which is dope because when you're in a raza, our households, we have Spanglish. You know what I mean? Like we speak English and we speak Spanish, but our main language is you kind of mesh the two together. You know what I mean? It's like, pues vamos para la tienda so we can get some beer. That's how we talk. You know what I mean? Like so we mix the languages together, and it's a lot of slang, a lot of Spanish slang. That's how we live every day, man. And this movie did a great job. The casting was really good, man. Guy Zolo, who played the y'all know him as Miguel from Cobra Kai. He plays Jaime, the main character. Jaime Reyes, and he does great. He does great. He's his usual self, like he is on there, the personality wise, and the suit is really cool. The special effects in this are, I mean, they pull it off really, really nicely. Everything works really well. George Lopez is in it. It's a very funny movie, y'all. It's got a lot of laugh out loud moments, and there's even a couple of really dramatic moments. All right, so I don't want to spoil nothing for anybody. Okay, I'm not gonna spoil nothing for any of y'all, but go watch this movie. And if you're Raza, if you're Mexican American, you're gonna love it because there's just so much that you're like, damn, that's us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, the soundtrack is amazing. It's a good mix of like a lot of Spanish music, from pop Spanish to cumbia to stuff like that, to and then I think there was even some Tucanes de Tijuana were in there, and then it has some like all the way to Motley Crue and Cypress Hill, man. So the soundtrack was so dope. I love the movie. I think normally I'd probably give it like a 7 out of 10, but I think because how much I loved the way they respected our culture, our modern day culture here as the Chicano, I loved it, man. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. And if you go watch it, guys, if you do go watch it, you need to make sure there is two. There's one mid-credit scene and one post-credit scene. I'll tell you straight up right now, the post-credit scene, it has no relation to the new DCU. There's nothing, like, it doesn't tease anything. It's just kind of that's a kind of funny little quick little kind of skit for relating to raza, to some Mexican stuff, Mexican TV. But the mid-credit scene, you do want to stay for it. It doesn't take long. Like when the credits start rolling, I mean, it shows up in about maybe like 2 minutes. And when you watch the movie, then you'll get the mid-credit scene, and it explains some parts. So definitely check it out, man. If you guys go watch this movie, just stay for the mid-credit scene. If you want to stay all the way to the end for the very last credit scene, then that's up to you. But like I said, it doesn't really have anything to do with the superhero part. It's more kind of funny little shout out to something that anybody who ever like watched TV with their grandmas or somebody, you'll understand what I'm saying, man. But great movie, funny movie. Action was really good. There was just enough drama in there to make you like, and then my daughter liked it, man. She was quiet, and then I told her, you liked the movie. She's like, yeah, and she was laughing a lot of parts. It was a full theater, so it was good to see it getting some support, because like Raza, we support each other, man. We come out, we show up for each other, and this is an important one, y'all, because there is a lot of thinking that if this one shows up, people show up for this one, and it does really well, then the Latino representation is supported. It shows the support there, and I think we need to get out there and support this, especially because it's a good movie. You guys are gonna like it, trust me. So go check out the Blue Beetle, guys. I was digging it, man. Like I said, an 8 out of 10. And if you're Hispanic, you're gonna love it, man. There's just so much funny parts in this movie. You don't even have to be Hispanic to laugh at some of this stuff, man. But it's really good, y'all. So be sure to check it out, the Blue Beetle, out in theaters right now. And I know they're hoping that it can pick up a little bit and maybe do better than The Flash did, which was also a good movie. All right, stop hating on that movie, y'all. But this one was supposedly The Flash. While The Flash reset it, it's now the DCU. James Gunn is taking over. The Blue Beetle was the first introduction to his DCU. So I think it was a good start. From The Flash to the Blue Beetle. Y'all go check it out, man. I think you guys will be digging it. So definitely. I think I want to go watch it again. Hell, I might go and ask my daughter, hey, you want to go on $5 movie night? Let's go do it again. You know what I'm saying? So definitely check it out, guys. But with that said, man, it is time. It is time to get into the next segment of the show. Yeah, it's time to talk about them superhero movies, y'all. That's why this flows right into it. All right, Blue Beetle, right into the superhero movies, man. And I put it out there on social media, and it's a good thing I put it out on a bunch of different places. All right, because most of y'all that I know listen and just kind of, you follow regularly, y'all let me down, man. A lot of y'all let me down, didn't give me nothing. People I know, family, friends, whatever. Well, some of my family came through. But you know what I mean, man. So I was hoping a lot of y'all would come at me with yours, man. Of course, JP, I'm gonna start off with you, brother, because you were the first one to throw on down here. I think I got a lot more responses that I wrote down here. And but I'm gonna start with JP, man, because he always shows up every time I need something like this, man. JP always comes through with it. So let's start with his. So, I put it out there. What are your favorite superhero movies, man? I put it on social media and I know y'all saw it. I know it. Y'all just keep scrolling by, adding the like, clicking the like. I don't care. Lie to me. Throw a little freaking Batman versus Superman. I don't care. Participate, y'all. I told you guys, man, I'm trying to grow this thing, and in order for people to see this stuff, y'all gotta be active with my posts. Otherwise, if nobody's active with it and they keep scrolling, it stops showing up on everybody's posts. That's the way the algorithm works, man. So support your boy, all right? Next time I do a social media segment, hoping you guys will show up. But I did get some good answers in other places because I went with it. I went into groups, man. I went into other groups, other pages, started asking people, putting my name out there with Gridiron Nation Podcast. But we're going to start with my boy, JP, man. Definitely. He says, and this one, yeah, right. What he gave me was just right off. I'm like, yeah. Captain America, Civil War, and Winter Soldier are still my favorite MCU movies to date. The animated DC series started with Justice League. War is also really good. The animated Hulk versus Thor, yes, and Wolverine are also very good. I go with that too. It's hard to pick just one. He's talking about, man, Captain America and Civil War. Captain America, Civil War, excuse me, and Winter Soldier. And straight up, to be honest, the whole Captain America trilogy is really good. I really enjoyed the Captain America movie, the first one, where it goes back, his origin. That one I really liked a lot, man. And Chris Evans he killed it as Captain America. I loved it. So the first one really good, but man, Winter Soldier and Civil War just like Winter Soldier. I'm going to tell you guys straight up right now. These two movies, I had to go back through and really make my list this week because there's just so much, man. Like I was thinking about it after I mentioned it last week when we had Jersey on. And I was like, damn, you know what? I really have to think about this because there's other movies I was like, man, well, I don't know. I like that one too. But I'll give you guys my list after I've read everybody else's. But Winter Soldier and Civil War, that's kind of, I put them together as my top one. I know it's two movies, but I don't care. I can do that. Okay? I don't care. So Winter Soldier, though, man, like the storytelling in that movie. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Slow down, Vato. Talking too much. I ain't got nobody else to talk to this week, man. Been getting used to having a co-host. Excuse me, over at the Gridiron, man. So now I got to fill in these gaps. But Winter Soldier, guys, is one of in my opinion, in all the MCU, that is still the best movie as far as storytelling goes. It was dark, very serious tone, but the way that whole story unfolded in that. And, you had of course, the cameo with, excuse me, with Black Widow. But other than that, it was pretty much just Captain America and her. And the movie was so good. Winter Soldier, man, I mean, he was, the dude was a beast. He is. They made him look like an absolute badass in there. And I love that movie. Now, Civil War, though, and while it wasn't the first joining of a bunch of superheroes, that was Avengers, which it's up there for me too. Avengers is one of my top 10 favorites, I guess. But it was the first time that they were all together and fighting against one another, man. And this was dope because you had like the best of the best. It was the premiere where we first got a look at Spider-Man. First got to look at Black Panther. This is what brought Black Panther out. There were so many things to love about Civil War that it is up there. I agree, man, with JP. Captain America, Civil War, and Winter Soldier are my top two, but I put them at one. So that means I leave space for four more. All right? I know how to play this. I know how to do it. I can do it because it's my show. Okay? But so I love your choices, man, and of course the animated ones. I mean, I really love the Hulk versus Thor. Yeah, that's a classic straight up. I don't mean like classic, like man, it's like super old, but it's been around for a while. But it's a good one, man. That's definitely a good one. So thank you, brother, for chiming in on that one, man. So now I'm gonna give you guys. I'm gonna read y'all some of the ones that I got from the internet, from other groups and stuff, man. So Mr. Troy Johnson, he says Wakanda forever. That's his top one. Yeah, I dig it. Dig it. Y'all, you guys already know how hyped I was about that and how much I love that movie. I mean, because Black Panther, as it is among my favorite movies too. So I still have a special place with Black Panther just because Chadwick and but oh damn it, Killmonger. That still one of the best villains in the MCU to this day. To this day. Michael B. Jordan killed that role. Would have loved if they brought him back. And that little cameo he had in Wakanda Forever that threw us all off guard. Yeah, that was dope, man. I dug that. So then Troy Johnson also says The Incredible Hulk. Yes. Unfortunately, while that isn't technically part of the MCU, it's a superhero movie, man. And that was still the best version of the Hulk that we've seen. I mean, other than maybe the Avengers movie, but as far as a standalone movie, oh yeah, that's easily better than the one that Eric Bana did back in the day. But loved that one. I just don't like what they did with him after, man. What they did with him after here in the MCU, nah, not down with it. Troy Johnson gives me one more. He says The Man of Steel. Another one I liked a lot too, brother. I definitely dug that one. One of the overlooked movies, man. Henry Cavill he's a freaking perfect Superman. He is. I loved that whole. I remember when I watched Black Adam, man, and that post credit scene. That cameo. You were like psyched, man. Where's this gonna go? And now we find out that they might not even do another Black Adam. So very disappointing. Very disappointing. But now go to my boy Richard Downs. He says Ant-Man 1 and 2. Okay, I dug the Ant-Man movies too. Yeah, very entertaining, funny movies. Good stuff, man. I dig it. And we also saw him in Civil War, y'all. So yeah, there was just a lot of them in there, man. It was such a lot of fun to watch. And then he says The Flash, the new one. I dig that. Y'all need to watch it. I know some of y'all are hating on it because you don't like Ezra. That's okay. Separate the art from the artist just for a little bit. You might not be disappointed by this movie. And then he also says the original Superman, 1978, Christopher Reeves, y'all. I know a lot of you guys have probably never seen that movie. I remember watching it as a kid, and I've seen it many times, growing up. It was a hell of a movie. I love the old Christopher Reeves version of Superman, man. And of course, Gene Hackman is Lex Luthor. Yeah. Dig it, man. If you haven't watched the old Superman movies, give it a chance. If you don't mind the blue tights and all that stuff, go back and check it out, man. I think you guys will be digging that. All right. Now I go to Aaron Lopez, Avengers Endgame. Okay. Here's my issue with Endgame, guys. I like the movie. Don't love it. Liked it. Of course, it brought a whole end to that whole phase of this stuff, with the MCU, but I still don't like the way they did the Hulk. Come on, man. First of all, after what happened in Infinity War and all of a sudden the Hulk is scared, too scared to come out and fight. Give me that crap, man. We're talking about the Hulk. Jeez. So then in Endgame, I'm like, oh, you know what's going to happen, man? They went to the whole Smart Hulk version. And I'm like, nah, but in that last battle, it's going to happen. I know what I'm waiting for. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? Hulk smash is about to come back. And he did it. And y'all killed it. Had an opportunity with the Hulk. And they insist on keeping him as Smart Hulk. That was my one issue with that. And the fact that as much as I love Captain Marvel, that's another movie I liked a lot, especially because it took place in the 90s, But like this woman goes through and basically destroys everything, ends it all quick. All this damn war for what? For nothing. For nothing. So, but what part was dope about that? Yeah, it's when Cat gets the hammer, Thor's hammer, and Thor's like, "What the fuck?" Yeah, I dug that, man. I dug that part a lot, man. And then, of course, Robert Downey ending his run in that movie. Yeah, man, that was a sad moment. Definitely a sad moment for the MCU. But okay, I'll give you that, man. I like that one. Now, let's go to Melissa Martinez. Thank you for chiming in again, girl. She always comes through as well. And thank you for listening and supporting the show. She says Captain Marvel. I dig that. Like I just talked about that. I liked Captain Marvel. Um, she is probably, I could see why a lot of people like her being so powerful. I think they make her a little too powerful. Like, technically, y'all, right now, of all the heroes in the MCU, the way they've portrayed her to be, she's probably the most powerful in the MCU. I don't know if she should be. All right, that's not a man hate, nothing like that. Has nothing to do with that. Y'all got to remember, I'm a comic book fan also. So while I appreciate that she is extremely powerful, even in the comic books, right now it's looking like nobody can touch her. But I am looking forward to the Marvels, though. Yeah, we watched that trailer today too, the extended trailer, right before Blue Beetle today. So yeah, if y'all go watch Blue Beetle, check it out, man. Get there in time to watch this one. Looks really good. I'm actually interested in watching the Marvels, man, and I think I'm gonna check it out. Maybe my daughter. Maybe that's gonna be another daddy daughter date. She loves the movies like that, with the girls and the girl power, and I encourage it with her. Definitely do so. But I feel you, Melissa. I liked Captain Marvel a lot, man. Like I said, it took place in the '90s. It was cool seeing a blockbuster in the movie. That was dope. Dig it, man. So now I got to go to David Demas, my boy Demas. What is up, Demas? I ain't heard from you in a while, bro. Been a little while. He says, Iron Man, Iron Man 2. Okay. I'll touch on Iron Man a little while. Iron Man 2. I feel, I know it wasn't, okay. Iron Man 2, a lot of people, that was like love or hate it, to be honest. They love it or hate it. And a lot of the comic book purists, they didn't like it because it wasn't like, the story wasn't really accurate to the comics. I didn't care. I liked it. Are you kidding? Oh, no, no, no. I dug it. I dug it, man. Mickey Rourke in there. It was good. It was good. I did not, it wasn't my favorite Iron Man. It wasn't my favorite of the trilogy, but I enjoyed it, man. Definitely liked the introduction of War Machine in there. Yeah, War Machine looked hype in that one, man. So I like that one a lot, especially when they have their little fight. Am I right on this? That was part two, right? Or am I thinking of part three? Nah, part three was the one where I like part three was okay, but yeah, but I like part two straight up. I did, especially when they're at the race and the first time that he actually comes face to face, the two come face to face with each other. So I dig that, bro. And Batman versus Superman. I was talking about this movie the other day. I don't know why it got so much hate. That to me, that was one of DC's best. It was best. And like me and JP were talking about it the other day. And it's like, man, don't be getting mad because Superman showed just how powerful he really is. When everybody in the Justice League's trying to take him down, and he's like picking them off like flies and mosquitoes and get off of me. Nah, don't hate on that movie. Batman versus Superman. Demas, I got you, man. That was a good one. I definitely agree with you on that, brother. So I'm gonna get to mine, guys. Let me get this stuff out of the way here. I got a little weird setup here, my things around, my notes and everything. Like I said, I ain't in my studio, but we're gonna make it work, y'all. So I gave you guys mine a while ago. Okay, I already talked about, of course, my number one, which is Winter Soldier and Civil War. Mm-hmm. I love those movies. I just told you guys why. Every reason why I love those movies. I think too, the one cool thing about Civil War is that it I don't know if I want to say it's set up a lot. You know what I mean? And it really kind of took the whole Avengers part of thing of teaming up these guys to a whole other level. Because now it was new heroes coming in and teaming up, but there was a lot of I don't know, I don't want to say backstabbing, but it was for somebody like Black Widow, how she was torn between two sides. You know what I mean? And it was a lot of moral conflict in there. So it was very, very good storytelling. Once again, those Captain America movies, that's what they do. Even the first one, very good storytelling, man. So that's my top. That's my top one right there. And nobody can tell me anything different. I don't care. All right. My number two, though, got to go with Dark Knight. I can't believe more people didn't give me this one, man. Like, how are people forgetting how dope Dark Knight was? I mean, Heath Ledger, like, it's considered a legendary performance. A lot of people consider it his greatest performance. That's arguable, but it's up there. You know, there have been the comparisons to Jack Nicholson's Joker. You can't compare them because they're two different types of character. Jack Nicholson was a lot like the cartoonish version, where, I mean, Heath Ledger was a lot to me like the comic book type of version, man. Ruthless, but was just a little bit, you know, not all there. You know what I'm saying? So, and I mean, I know a lot of people are not gonna like this, but Christian Bale was the best Batman, in my opinion. I liked him the best. I loved Michael Keaton too. I mean, I did like Michael Keaton back in the day. Still do. I was hyped when I saw that Super Bowl trailer for The Flash. You know, when he's like, I'm Batman. Yeah. They were like, who is it? And he's like, I'm Batman. Yeah. Yeah. I like Michael Keaton, but Christian Bale's the guy that I like the way he played the part best. So Dark Knight is up there for me. That's my number two. And yeah. That's for me to say about that one, man. Now I gotta go to my third one. Damn, you know, I was really torn on this, but I wanted to pick Wakanda Forever. I almost want to put it side by side here with Black Panther. But like I said, something about Black Panther, as much as I loved, you guys know, I've told you guys this, that Namor was one of my favorites growing up. I loved the anti-heroes. And when I found out that they were giving him the background of the Mayan and Aztec culture, I was like, take my damn money now. Take it. And I was there opening weekend for Wakanda Forever. But my excitement was built because of how much I loved Black Panther. I mean, Chadwick Boseman was amazing in that role ever since Civil War. You know, when he's trying to kill Bucky, and he's like, he's a freaking tunnel vision, man. And he plays the role so well. He played it, excuse me, possibly. Rest in peace, Chadwick, but he played that role so well. So I think it was the combination of how good that movie was with him in the role, and how good Michael B. Jordan was as his counterpart in that movie. You know, as Killmonger, he's a very realistic villain, very determined villain, very no nonsense. One thing I liked about that. So I could, you know, you can maybe kind of put Wakanda Forever with it if you want to, like I did with Civil War and Winter Soldier, but Black Panther, I had to choose one of them to be in my top five. It's Black Panther. And the reason I can't put them both like one at four is because my number four is Iron Man, the original, the one that started it all. You guys have no idea how hyped I was when I heard about this movie years back. I found out about this movie 2 years before it was released. I found out they were making a movie on Iron Man because growing up, Iron Man, of all the superheroes I liked and the anti-heroes, though, Iron Man was, whilst other kids were loving Batman and DC, I was loving Iron Man on this side. Like, my Iron Man was that dude for me. And so I remember when I found out about the movie, it was like I'm counting down the days. And I remember Robert Downey Jr., when he got cast as it, I'm like, okay, nobody really knew how he was going to be in this part. It wasn't until you actually watched the movie that you were like probably about halfway through, like, damn, this dude is perfect for this role. He was born to play Tony Stark. He is the reason, I think, that the MCU kickstarted with such a strong following. You know what I'm saying? Because he really nailed that role. The movie was just so good. The suit looked exactly, when you're a kid and you're reading these comics, that's how you envisioned that suit to look. You know what I'm saying? So I loved it. Jon Favreau, directing that one, did a great job, plays Happy in the series. So I dug it, man. That is my number 4. Definitely my number 4 is Iron Man, because without Iron Man, I don't know where the MCU would be if it wouldn't have been as good as it was. It's hard to tell. It's really hard to tell, y'all. So I got to give you guys my 5th one. I couldn't leave this out of my top countdown, y'all. And this is another one that I was surprised that more people didn't mention, because me and Jersey kind of talked about this one. That's right, y'all. Right there, Deadpool. How perfect was Ryan Reynolds for this role? How perfect was he? He was completely made, born for this role. We talked about it before. There's guys that are in this kind of superhero roles that have been, you watch him and you're like, damn, he was born to play this role. And Ryan Reynolds is one of them, man. And it's just so funny that the version that we all hated of him as Deadpool in the Wolverine Origins movie, where they shut him up. Yeah, we knew that's not Deadpool. They get him to play that version of him, and lo and behold, when they actually make Deadpool the way he's supposed to be, the smart ass, the dry humor, Ryan Reynolds happens to be the perfect guy. If you've seen any of Ryan Reynolds movies, you knew this. When they casted him, I was like, oh shit. Now we're getting the real one, the real version. So he nailed it, man. Definitely one of my favorite superhero movies. Part 2, I love it almost just as much. I think one thing I loved about Part 1 was the introduction of Colossus. I was so insulted when that, Fox did their X-Men trilogy. And what we got to see of Colossus was very small. He was saving the kids. I'll get the kids out of the mansion. And you never saw Colossus as you saw him in the comic books until Deadpool came along. And I don't care if it was all CGI. You're going to complain about that, you can kiss my ass. I love that. I love that version of Colossus, man, with the all Russian accent. Big old monstrous dude, man. Mr. Good, do right all the time. Exactly like the comic book version. And it's funny the way his demeanor just, the way it collides with Ryan Reynolds as Deadpool. It's freaking hilarious, man. And I loved it. Juggernaut, all the stuff. I love when Ryan Reynolds, when he geeks out as a fanboy, was getting his ass kicked by Juggernaut, and he's still freaking geeking out that he's actually seeing this dude in person. Freaking hilarious, man. So Part 2 with Cable, that was good too. So yeah, that's what I have for this segment, man. I was hoping some more of you would have kind of jumped in with this week, man, because I know we all love superhero movies, man. Come on. I know you guys got a favorite. You just didn't want to share it with me. Stop being selfish and share with the rest of us. All right. That's all I got for you on that today, man. So if you guys still want to participate in it, man, just hit me up. I got the post somewhere. Scroll down the timeline and you'll find it, man. I put it out maybe about a little less than a week ago. So you can definitely join the conversation there, man. We've got some news, though, man, out of the NFL. Well, of course, this happened early in the week last week. Zach Martin finally got signed. I put a video out about it on my Cowboys Nation page, and this is good for Mozzie. We've been seeing Mozzie Smith here in the preseason, man, and he still needs a lot of work on his timing off of the ball. The physical gifts are there, the physical strength is there, but he's still developing, and y'all need to be patient, Cowboys fans, man. I don't understand, when did people completely start expecting every single draft pick to just hit in their first year? Couple weeks of camp and practice to be playing elite. When did y'all start doing that? Tell me, because if you think that, then you really ain't been watching football long enough. Because that's not the way it goes. Most of these guys will develop. You're not always going to get a Micah Parsons who balls out in his rookie year and changes the game. An impact player. You're not always going to get that, man. Sometimes you got guys that ball out in their rookie year, Leighton Vander Esch, and then regress a bit. Now, luckily, Vander Esch he had a very good year last year, so he's coming back. But you guys get what I'm saying, man. Like, you got to be patient with these draft picks sometimes, especially because the season ain't even started. We're not going to see the best of Mozzie Smith until second half of the season, or at least the rookie Mozzie Smith. But Zach Martin being back, that's big. That's big for the Cowboys, man. So Cowboys fans, just be patient, y'all. But Zach Martin's going to be ready to go, man. And I'm glad I told y'all this would get done. Did take a little bit longer than I expected, but it got done, man. And Zach got a little bit extra money. Everybody's happy. Cowboys got him coming back, ready to make a run this year, man. So another one, speaking of the Cowboys, but he's gone now with Zeke, my dude, Zeke, man. I was hoping he was going to come back. I really was. But I knew the longer this was going on, that he wasn't signing with somebody. That's when I knew that he wasn't going to be coming back to Dallas, especially because Malik Davis and Rico Dowdle were having good training camps. And, of course, Deuce and Dallas have been killing it. So he goes to New England with Bill Belichick. And I got to be honest with you guys, man, this is an excellent fit for him and for the team. Ramondre Stevenson, the one thing that he had struggled with was in the short down situations, especially in the red zone last year. And like it or not, whether you like Zeke or not, you don't have to admit it, but this is facts. Last year, Zeke was one of the best running backs in the red zone. He knew how to find the end zone. So that's going to fix something for them. They bring in a guy who's a good short yardage back. And the way Zeke's looking in practice right now, man, hell, he may be doing more than just short yardage, but Ramondre's still going to be the dude there. But this was a great pickup for them. It's a great move for him. It's a 1-year deal worth about up to $6 million. So it's giving him a chance to show something. And we're going to see. We're going to see what he does over there. More news. Anthony Richardson, rookie quarterback, has been named as the Colts starter. This is a guy I still think he's too raw, in my opinion. I think he's too raw. And I don't know, guys. I mean, this may be something that helps him, but it may not. You know what I mean? It may not help him at all. Sometimes rushing these rookie quarterbacks out there before they're ready stunts their growth, and you end up killing any chance of having a great career as a starting quarterback. So we're going to see what it is. I mean, the dude physically, he's very gifted. Physically, he's a freak of nature at quarterback. But he's raw. There's not enough experience there. He does have some things he's got to work on. So will this play out well for Indy? I don't know. I don't like it, but I'm not an Indy fan. So if you're a Colts fan and you know one, hell, shoot them over to my show. I want to know what they're thinking right now. All right, as fans. So we also had our number one pick, Bryce Young, has been named the Carolina starter, and CJ Stroud, who was the top pick for the Houston Texans, is expected to be named the starter. So these guys are putting the rookies out there, man. I don't know. I do think CJ Stroud, he's ready. I mean, he's one of the guys that he's not going to have like this insanely freaking elite year, but I think he's the one who's most ready for the NFL right now. But this is going to be interesting to see what happens with all three of these rookies, man, because I don't think they're all going to pan out. I could be wrong, but we'll see. Time will tell, and this season will tell a lot as well, because these guys are going to take their lumps. Best believe that. All right. So let's get into one of the main topics I wanted to talk about today, guys, was actually why I titled the show Blindsided. All right. Sorry, let me get this thing up on the graphic here. So Micheal Oher, y'all have seen the movie Blindside, with Sandra Bullock. She won an award for it. And he's actually taken the family, the family that took him in way back then, let me look this something up real quick, man. I'm trying to trying to remember as far as the family goes. I want to make sure I get these allegations right. All right, so let's see here. Okay, so the Tuohys, y'all know how we thought they adopted this dude back in the day, right? He was 18. Like he thought he was getting an adopted family. They took him in, they found him when he was 16. And he's been very adamant over time that they didn't, no matter what the book and the movie want to tell you, the story they told, like he says, like, they didn't teach me how to play football. I mean, the dude was already he was a high school All-American. He already had people looking at him. So that he's been very adamant about that for many, many years. But now it looks like he's coming out with these allegations now, and he's filed something in court where he's trying to get some money because apparently he's saying he never saw any of that money from the movie, from the book, and he was never adopted. Okay, when he turned 18, he was under the assumption that he was adopted. Okay, and y'all thinking, well, if he's 18, what does it matter? It matters a lot for somebody who had been living a hard life and had lost a lot, faced a lot of adversity, to even at 18, trying to move up to the next stage of his life, to have a stability of family, of parents. You feel what I'm saying? Like a family. And while we like to say, family isn't always blood, family exactly. But by him thinking he was adopted, in his mind, that's like, I got a family now. I can call them my parents, literally. Well, now we're finding out that it was never actually an adoption that he signed. It was a conservatorship. Okay, so what this did, y'all, was basically this gave the Tuohys full control over all his financial decisions, his finances moving forward. Full control of everything. Y'all know this. Y'all, it's the same thing that Britney Spears was facing with her dad, that she had to go to court and have them end it. All right, so it's messed up. It is. I mean, people are asking questions. Well, how could he not know this? Or, we don't know their situation or even how their contact has been over the years. None of us do. And the reason this is coming out now is because it explains it in his book. This was the way he was able to tell his side. And he said it himself. Like, I'm doing this book because for those that are inspired by my story, I want them to know my real story. Now, I can't hate on the dude for that. I mean, these people already had money. Okay, some people are like, well, I've been seeing it on social media. People are like, well, if they had money already, why would they, why would they want to just, use him for the money? I mean, I know I'm not the only person that has seen that a lot of rich people are actually greedy as motherfuckers. You don't have to agree with that, but it's true. I'm not saying all rich people, but they're out there. They are. That the money, it's never enough. You know what I mean? It's never enough. And so in this situation, like, I'm just wondering, why was it never explained to him? The way they made it look to him was that he had to sign this thing in order for him to be able to play at Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's a load of shit right there, if you ask me. Obviously, he knows that now too. He knows that now. So, and because they're alumni from there and stuff like that. And they had to, he even had to go before the panel and, and then just they were trying to question if it was like right that if Ole Miss was giving him anything or anything like that. So all I know is they did this dude wrong by not making it clear what was going on. And for it to now all of a sudden that this has come out, this is what's fucked up, man, is that this conservatorship never ended. They never ended it. They're still having control of a lot of this stuff. The money he was supposed to get from the movie, they're claiming he got it, that everybody in the family, the kids and everybody got it split evenly. First of all, why? Why? I don't give a damn if those kids, if their parts, they had characters in the movie playing them. The movie was not centered around them. There would have been a movie just as good without the kids in the damn movie. This movie was based around Micheal Oher. Right? So don't tell me that you were giving everybody in the family an equal share, the same amount as him. He should have got the whole damn thing. If you ask me, if y'all had money already and you didn't need the money, that's what you're saying now. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I was getting to was that he's saying that money that they're saying that they gave to him, he said that actually they had control of it. And he was made to believe that they were going to be putting all this money into an account for his son, which all of a sudden now nobody can find a trail on this money. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know, man. This thing, it's gotten ugly. And, they've talked to his old coaches and people that know both. And, they talk about how good the family did treat him. And that's great. That's awesome that they treated him well. But it doesn't make up for the fact that you manipulated him and lied to him. Now, I get it. The truth is somewhere in the middle. All right. But this dude made a lot of money playing in the NFL. He is asking for them to pay him the money that he never received from the movie. Rightfully so. So it's not like he's doing this. Somebody tried to put out there, oh, well, now he does this, he must be broke. Man, y'all are stupid as hell. So see, that's the problem with social media, man. Gave too many freaking idiots a freaking platform to spread their idiocy. You know what I mean? And their ignorance. So this thing's going to go to court, y'all, and we're going to keep following it because it's a big story. It's a very serious story. And I'm going to keep y'all posted, man, on how this is going. And the truth is somewhere in the middle, and we're going to find out. But damn, this is crazy. Don't tell me that there wasn't something shady, though, when now all of a sudden this came out. Now they're like, well, we are considering now going to the judge and asking him to end this conservatorship. Really? Now that he put it out there? Nah. Y'all stupid, man. Anyways, so, yeah. Boy, it was blindsided, definitely, man. But we're going to continue to follow that here at Gridiron Nation, y'all. And, even on the Gridiron, man, we talked about it yesterday, man. And, a shout out to my co-host, man. My co-host, Jersey. He did, man. He took this one very serious. He's very passionate about this story, and for good reason, y'all. A lot of people are. A lot of people that can relate to different things in this story. All right? So, and if y'all didn't check it out, go on YouTube, check it out, man. The Gridiron Show. Yeah, it was a good episode. We had a good one, man. But anyway, so let me know what you guys think about this. What do you guys think about what's going on with all this with Micheal Oher, man? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. And the Tuohys are like, it's a bad light, man. It's just, it's a very ugly situation. It's a sad situation for all parties involved, but most especially, in my opinion, for Micheal Oher. You know what I mean? Because people profiting off of what he was able to do, him not having a say over those profits. Man, it ain't right. It ain't right. So let me know what you guys think, man. But now it's time, y'all. It is time for us to jump into the main topic of the day, the main segment. And let me pull this up here. I told y'all I'm recording this and I'm doing the video version. Got this little interface that lets me put little graphics. So if you see something going on there, you're like, damn, you ain't talking about that no more. It's because I forgot about it. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. But it is time, y'all, to get into the AFC East breakdown. Yeah. Let's get it on, baby, because I'm telling you guys, let me take a drink of water really quick, y'all. So I went back and forth with this a lot this week, okay? And I I really feel like, damn, this AFC East division is just so difficult to call. And there's two divisions that I have left of the four. That this was one of them, and the AFC North that are going to be very difficult. And the AFC North, when I do that one next week, I'm probably going to flip around on that all week too, like I did this week. But I think I'm about to surprise you guys. Okay. And not with my number one, even though when I started this week, before doing all my research, looking at the rosters, looking at everything, I didn't have them as number one. I didn't. But here I am this many days later, and I changed my mind. All right. So let's get it on, y'all. Let me find my little thing right here, man. I'm using all these little tools, man. It's kind of cool doing all this stuff with the graphics. So my number one team, y'all, that I've got this year winning the AFC East. Yeah, that's right. That's right. I see them repeating again. The Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills are going to win this division. And I'm about to tell y'all why. Okay, they went 13-3 last year, man. Head coach Sean McDermott had this team playing well through injuries, y'all. They had a bunch of injuries last year and still struggled in the run game. Well, I don't want to say the run game, but in the short yardage game, when it came down to the end of the game, they didn't have somebody that was going to grind the clock. They were up there, okay, so let's get to the numbers, all right? On the offense, they were number 4 overall. Overall, number 4 best offense in the league last year. They were number 9 in the run and number 8 in the pass. But don't let the number 9 in the run fool you, okay? A lot of that yardage was because of Josh Allen and what this dude can do with his legs, man. Monster with his legs. So, now, number 8 in the pass. He had weapons there. Now, Gabe Davis, he didn't have the year that a lot of us expected him to have that last year. Maybe it was a little bit of a down year, but I see him jumping back up this year. Stephon Diggs is still going to do his thing. He's still going to do his thing. So I expect their pass game to still be up there. It's going to be top 10 again. Okay. Now, the run game, though. The run game, it got interesting here, y'all, because, of course, we've got James Cook, brother of Dalvin Cook. He's going to be taking the reins now as the starting running back. So I think Singletary's gone now. So he's going to be the dude. And I've told y'all, I've felt over the last few years that what they were missing was that short yardage power, grinding back, that they can grind teams down late in the fourth quarter when they have a lead. So the way they decided to try to go fix that was they added running back Damian Harris from the New England Patriots. Harris is a good back in between the tackles. The issue with him is staying on the field. Haven't been able to stay healthy. So we'll see if he can help that, because James Cook he's just like what they had with Moss and with Singletary. He's a great pass catching back out of the backfield. All right, so they need somebody that can go in there and just kind of hit people. All right, and that's what Damian Harris can do, but we'll see if he can stay healthy. Now, they did go and draft tight end Dalton Kincaid. This was big. I think Dallas was I thought Dallas was going to go after him, but then they found out all along they wanted Mozzie. But there was other teams that it looked like he was going to be falling to them, and all of a sudden the Bills out of nowhere snatched him up, which was really a surprise to me, to be honest, that they got him, because sorry, I'm pulling up their depth chart right now. With Dawson Knox there, Dawson Knox has shown an ability to be a big threat, especially downfield. He can get yards after the catch. And when I'm looking at their depth chart right now, he's still officially listed as tight end 1. But that could change, man. Dalton Kincaid has got the skills to be a very, very effective tight end in that offensive scheme that they got with Ken Dorsey. So I want to see his development as the season goes on, but that was a big pickup, a big addition for them. And like I said, Gabe Davis, he's going to be there. I think he has a better year now. The problem is at slot receiver. You got Trent Sherfield, and that's not a, oh, wow, type of thing. All right, so they're going to need they're definitely going to need Stephon Diggs and Gabe Davis to stay healthy this year because their wide receiver depth, it's a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I'm looking at these names now. I don't know any of these dudes. I know Desmond Patman. I know him, but not because he's like this amazing player. Just know the name. But it doesn't matter, man, because I got Buffalo winning this division mainly, not just because of what Josh Allen can do, but because their defense last year, y'all, ended the season ranked number 2 overall by the end of the season. And what's most impressive about this is because now they have one of the best safety duos in all of football, okay, with Jordan Poyer and Micah Hyde. But they were both injured last year, injured a lot. They missed a lot of time, and they were injured. That defense was just beat up last year, man. So the fact that they were able to still be such a good defense, that just says a lot to the coaching staff over there. And I think they got everybody coming back now. They did lose linebacker Tremaine Edmonds. Okay, so that's a big loss. That's a big loss right there. But they still have you still got Von Miller there, so he's going to be rushing on the edge. He was balling up until he got hurt last year. So y'all remember he got injured too last year. All right. So they got Terrell Bernard coming in now. And it's because of the fact that they lost Tremaine Edmonds. They went and drafted Dorian Williams. We're going to see if he can find his way into the starting defense before the end of the season. But right now he's going to be playing behind Matt Milano. Now we look at their cornerbacks. So you got Tre'Davious White and you got Kaiir Elam. And with those two safeties they got, that's a hell of a secondary that they got. I expect this defense to still ball out this year. They're going to kill that division. Now I wouldn't say kill it, but they're going to win that division because of their defense and because of what Josh Allen can do. All right. So the Buffalo Bills are who I have winning this division. Now, my number 2. Man, I don't think y'all going to trip out on this. This is the surprise I had for you. Some of you guys are going to come for me. I can already see when I say this, JP is going to be like this. He's going to put his head down. He does the JP. If you're watching on YouTube right now, you know what I'm doing. My number 2 team, okay, to finish second. Well, okay, so the team I am picking to finish second, sorry, guys, in the AFC East this year, it's none other than Mr. Bill Belichick's boys themselves, the New England Patriots. And I don't care. Some of y'all are like, what? What? Yeah, I am. All right. Why? I'm going to tell y'all why. Bill's going to have this defense ready to play. You saw the way that, man, that last quarter of the season last year, they were giving everybody a hard time. All right. They finished third last year at 8-9. I think they win more games than that. I think they will be over 500 this year. Their offense was ranked number 17 overall last year. They were number 24 in the run, number 20 in pass. Okay. Now, that's kind of, pass is kind of middle of the pack. Mac Jones didn't have a lot to work with, y'all, last year. Their offensive line was banged up. So, I mean, well, who was his leading receiver was Jacoby Myers with 67 catches for 804 yards. Right, 6 touchdowns. It's not going to get it done. But they were still able to be closer to the middle of the pack in the pass game. And now they went and added Juju Smith-Schuster. You got a healthy Devontae Parker coming back. And I think that this offense is going to be better. I was actually hoping that Robert Kraft would go out and get DeAndre Hopkins from Mac Jones. Would have been perfect. Especially bringing in Zeke now for as cheap as they did. All right, so let's look at their starting receivers. You're going to have Devontae Parker, Juju Smith-Schuster, and then their number 3 is going to be Tyquan Thornton, who is a guy that they like to use. He's a speedster, so he can stretch the field. So the running game is what's going to be key here, though. All right, because you got Ramondre Stevenson now taking the full load. Okay, last year he played all 17 games, y'all. He had 210 carries for 1,040 yards and 7 touchdowns. Like I said, 7 touchdowns wasn't his forte last year. Enter Zeke Elliott. All right. Zeke is going to help this team. I'm telling you guys right now, I'm not saying he's going to be the star running back there. He's not going to take the league by storm over there. But what he's going to do is he's going to make this team a threat in the red zone on the ground again. And they're not going to be so easily stopped in those short yardage situations now with Zeke. All right. Add to that his ability to pass block. He is still an elite pass blocker. So he's going to be back there protecting Mac Jones, and his ability to still go out, play in the pass game. Zeke can still catch out of the backfield. So he adds a lot to the running back room in terms of the dimensions. He's probably the more complete back of all of them. He's not as explosive anymore. So that's where Ramondre Stevens comes in. He's going to be the one that kind of takes the bulk of the carries, that they're going to expect to break tackles, do all that stuff. But Zeke's going to help them out, man. So I expect their offense to be really improved this year. And when you look at their defense, though, the defense I was a little surprised, to be honest. They were ranked number 11 overall. Ain't bad. You're inside the top half. I was expecting to see them just inside the top 10, but they were out just outside the top 10, but they were number 7 versus the run, man. That defensive line knows how to get it done against running backs, but number 17 against the pass. So that's where they're going to have to get a little bit better this year. What they went and did, though, was they went and drafted Christian Gonzalez, man. This is a guy that a lot of people are looking at. A lot of people are thinking he could be the best cornerback in this last year's draft. We're going to find out because he's going to start as a rookie. And I think he's going to help. I really do. I think this defense will be inside the top 10 this year. I think that Belichick's going to have this squad ready to roll on week 1. And I am expecting these guys to surprise everybody and finish second. Maybe even, and yeah, I think they get the wild card. They get one of those wild card spots this year. So, got to show my love to the Patriots, man. I know. Y'all can come for me. That's okay. That's okay. That's why we do this, okay? So that you guys can tell me what you think. All right? So, that's my top 2 right there. All right? Now, I got 2 more squads left, y'all. Yeah, might surprise you a little bit too. Maybe not. But it's probably a surprise that I had these 2 squads below the Patriots. All right? But I don't care. I do what I do. I do what I do, baby. Sorry, I got to get a little bit of light up in here. It's getting dark, man. Doing this late on a Sunday. All right, so let's keep rolling, y'all. Go to my number 3 in the AFC East. Now, this is a team, of course, that has been, they've been all over TV. You know why? Because of the new quarterback. Quién sabe qué. They're all over HBO. Whatever. All right? Whatever. The New York Jets are who I have finishing 3rd in the AFC East this year, y'all. But I know, I get it. Aaron Rodgers is there now. They're already significantly better at quarterback than they were last year. Okay? And I also get the fact that they added Allen Lazard. I still thought they had a good group of receivers there. They let go of Mims now. They let go of a bunch of dudes now. So to make room for Allen Lazard, they still got Corey Davis there. Garrett Wilson's going to be that dude, though. He is. Yeah, last year was the offensive rookie of the year. He should blow up this year with Aaron Rodgers there. Okay, but let's start from the top. Let's look at the team. Okay, with Robert Saleh's squad, they finished 7-10 last year. Last in the division. Okay. I'm just wondering, Aaron Rodgers with 7 wins, how much better does he make them? Does he make them 5 games better to where they win 12? What do you guys think? I don't know. He's 39 years old. He's starting to slip. We saw it last year. Yes, he's only a couple years away from the MVP, but I don't even know if he deserved that MVP that year. Devontae Adams, didn't have him last year. We saw what happened. You know what I mean? So the running back situation, though, that is one that, okay, so they just signed Dalvin Cook, y'all. 1 year, $8 million, fully guaranteed. And I know why this move was made. Breece Hall's going to be the dude there. He is. But they're trying to protect Breece Hall because they're planning on him being their franchise running back. Okay, for many years to come. He's coming back from an ACL. You don't want to rush that back. So I understand the move in the sense that what this does is it gives them some stability at running back to ease Breece Hall back in. But I think they could have done that by sharing the load with the first few games between Michael Carter and Donovan Knight. I get it. Neither one is Dalvin Cook, but let's be honest, even though Dalvin Cook played all 17 games last year, he's slipping. He is a good all-around running back. He's going to help carry them through the Breece Hall getting 100% part of the season, but I don't think he makes them much better. He doesn't. Like everybody's like, damn, Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, damn, Super Bowl for sure. Really? These guys aren't going to be on the field at the same time much. All right, so it's not like you're bringing in a dude like Derrick Henry. It's not. Dalvin Cook at one point to me, maybe for about a year or two, had an argument as the best running back in football all around because what he could do. But he's past that. But this does make them at least able to kind of ease Breece Hall back in. So I get the move, but I think the overreaction in terms of where this puts them, y'all need to just settle down a little bit. Aaron Rodgers, all right, 39 years old, 19th year in the league. Yes, a 4-time MVP, but he's not the same Rodgers either, man. So this is going to be interesting because this offensive line is very thin. All right. The offensive line, they have been struggling in practice, but it's practice, it's training camp. I'm like, whatever. Let's see what happens week 1. But there's no depth at that offensive line. So if somebody gets hurt, sorry, there's going to be a problem. Now, Aaron Rodgers, yes, he has one of the quickest releases in football, even still. But still, man, they're going to need to run block. It's just that offensive line is an issue. We all know that the offensive line is the heart of any team. It is, offensively especially. So I don't know, man. I don't see them. I think the Patriots are going to be a problem for them, which is why I put the Patriots over them. And I still don't see the Jets beating out the Bills. I don't. So it'll be interesting, though. But their defense is what should be good again this year. They were looking at number 4 overall last year, number 3 versus the pass, but they were number 16 versus the run. All right. They weren't scaring anybody on the ground defensively. So people were running on them, but they were number 4 against scoring. So they were able to keep them out of the end zone. But Sauce Gardner, we're going to see if Sauce Gardner if he's consistent. Okay, defensive rookie of the year, dude balled out last year. He did. Can he do it again? I don't know. That's why I'm not ready to put him up there among the best cornerbacks in the game. Because to me, you got to do it more than 1 year. That's just me. All right? But he was definitely the best cornerback of the season last year. Okay? We'll see if he could do it again. And I think he's going to be good again. We'll just see if he's as good as he was last year. All right. Other side, you got DJ Reed. Very good compliment on the other side. So they're very well, and they got safety Jordan Whitehead. So their secondary is pretty solid, man. But there's question marks at linebacker. That's their big weakness right there. You got CJ Mosley. CJ Mosley's good. But who else you got? Nobody that's really going to jump out at you. Okay. And CJ Mosley, the problem with him is he's not always consistent with the way he plays the run. He's fast. He can play coverage very well at the linebacker position, but he's got to get better with the run. You're looking at their will linebacker this year is going to be Jamie Sherwood. Yeah, I don't know about that one. You got Quincy Williams. So he came over from Jacksonville. But we're going to find out, man, just how good this team can be. I'm still not sold. I don't go off of hype, y'all. All right, I got to see it. Right now, they're my number 3. All right. Y'all give me a second because it's getting a little bit dark up in here now. I got to make sure that my people who are watching this can see your boy. All right? Yeah, you're looking at that Cowboys hat. It's dope, right? Anyways, sorry, y'all. Let's move on from the Jets, though, man, because I see my clock is moving. My clock's moving. All right, so it's time to give you guys, of course, I'm going to break down my final team, and y'all already know who it is, man. You guys know the Miami Dolphins. All right, let me pull up their thing right quick here. Yeah. Them good old Dolphins. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this, and I get it, but I'm just not sold on their overall defense. And with Ramsey out now, that was a move that was supposed to help them, with Xavier Howard on the other side. And with Byron Jones no longer playing. He didn't play all last year, and it showed. So they were number 11 overall in offense. They finished at 9-8. Number 4 in pass. Man, when Tua was there, he would just launch it. When you got those speedsters, man, that they have with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, yeah. I mean, you're looking at, damn, what? Okay, let's look at Tyreek Hill's stats last year. 119 catches, 1,710 yards, y'all, 7 touchdowns. All right, the dude went just about 14 and a half yards per catch, man. What the dude does after the catch is crazy. And you got speedster Jalen Waddle, 1,356 yards, 17 games played off of 75 catches. So he had 8 touchdowns, 18 yards per catch. Impressive as hell, man. So these receivers, there's no denying what this pass game can be at all. I'm not going to deny how good this pass game is when Tua's there. All right. I'm not saying Tua's this amazing quarterback. I still don't think he's a great quarterback, but he's got a strong enough arm, and he can extend plays and use his feet enough that he can get the ball down and just let these speedsters go to work. How sometimes all you got to do, it's easy having Tyreek Hill because teams don't know how to defend this dude. Okay, he's so damn fast that you got to play him soft. Otherwise, he's running right by you. Problem with that is he's so good at the short ball game that they just give him these little jump routes and slants, and the dude is so fast that he makes something happen every single time. All right, you got Braxton Berrios there, came from New York from the Jets. He's going to be their slot guy. And then they still got Cedric Wilson Jr., who they got from Dallas a couple of years ago. So they're set up at receiver nicely. All right, now at the tight end spot, though, that's the one thing. You got Durham Smythe. I don't know. The tight end spot's going to be a big question mark, man. But like you said, Tua's, it's going to be very important for him to stay healthy. Okay, he had 2 concussions last year, y'all. He had the early one early in September, late in September. Then he had the one on Christmas. Okay, so other than that, I mean, the guy had about 65% passing, just under 65%, 3,548 yards, 25 touchdowns, y'all, in 13 games played. So he knows how to use these receivers. All right. Now, running back, there was all this talk about Dalvin Cook. It didn't happen. But you got Raheem Mostert there, 16 games played, 891 yards. So he's going to be the main guy there at running back. But they're going to be using Jeff Wilson Jr. a lot. They brought in Davon Arcane. He's a rookie, okay? Do not sleep on this dude because before the end of the season, he could be the starter. That's all I'm saying. So I'll be keeping an eye on him, on those waiver wires in fantasy football, y'all, which we'll be talking about next week. So that's what we got for the offense. Defensively, though, that's where I'm not sold on this team. Number 24 overall last year, they were number 27 versus the pass. All right, number 6 versus the run, though. That defensive line is solid, man. They are stout, especially the pass rush. But they were number 24 versus scoring. It's not gonna happen, man. That's not gonna happen for you like that. You gotta be able to play defense. Care how many points you score. You saw that last year when they finished 9-8. All right, maybe that would have changed. Tua was healthy all year, but I still blame the staff for that. Should have never brought his ass back after that first concussion right away. Should have given him about 2 games off, man. That's all I'm saying. Hate that, man. But remember, they brought in Bradley Chubb last year, so he helped out in that run defense. But they got to get better against the pass. Now, without Jalen Ramsey there, who's not expected to be back until December, if they get into the playoffs, then he's gonna be, he's gonna bring something. But other than that, man, I mean, what are we looking at? You're looking at his backup is Noah Igbinoghene. I think I'm saying that right. Igbinoghene. Now, what they did bring in Eli Apple, though, so I'm expecting him to start opposite Xavier Howard. So we're going to see, though, man. I'm just not sold on it. I'm going to have to see it from their defense before I believe it. So that's why I have them finishing 4th. I think the defense is going to be the problem, and I have to see Tua for the full season. That's all I'm saying. The injuries are there now. So without him in there, the offense ain't going to be the same. And I don't know if he'll stay healthy. I hope he does. I do, but I just don't know. So that's what I got for you guys, man, for my AFC breakdown this week. Yeah. What y'all think? Y'all need to hit me up on social media, whether you agree with me or not. Just get at me, man. Hit me up on Facebook or on social media. You guys follow me on my Twitter. All right, let me put it up here for y'all. And for those of you watching, yeah, here we go. Gridiron Nation Podcast at Gmail. You can shoot me your fan questions for next week. Shoot me some mail, y'all. I need to get back on this segment. On Facebook at Gridiron Nation and the number 1. Or find me on Twitter at the number 1, Gridiron Nation. And then you can also find me on Instagram and TikTok. On TikTok at Gridiron Nation Podcast, or on Instagram at @G_Garcia_Gridiron, y'all. And let's talk some football. It's get dark up in here, so it is time for me to get up out of here, Familia. But before I do, guys, just got to put this out there. I've been seeing some people argue about when somebody's got an opinion, this and that, and talking about how they don't like people because of certain beliefs. Like, oh, I thought I knew you, and now I can't believe you think that way politically or religiously. I've just been seeing this kind of stuff from people who are actually friends, y'all, like up to each other. And it's kind of sad to see. So my main message this week, man, is stop judging people simply based on whatever their opinion is about something because it's opposite of yours politically or religiously. And maybe judge people more based on how they treat you and yours. Try that. That's what I've been trying to do, y'all. I don't judge nobody based on their opinion about something or their thoughts about something. I judge them how they treat me, man. If you were real with me, you're cool with me, and you're cool with mine, and you treat me and mine good, I'm going to do the same for you guys. All right? That's all I got to say about that, man. It's just be accepting of each other based on how you treat each other, not on what you guys disagree upon. All right? That's all I'm going to say. But I'm out of here, Familia. It's time for me to get up out of here. And, as usual, I got to spread the message, man, that life will always, always be coming with haymakers at you, uppercuts, throwing punches left and right at you. And it's going to knock you down sometimes, guys, and that's all right. Long as you keep getting up and brush it off. And then you start learning what life's bringing at you, and you learn to flow around it. Why? Because you adapt. You know what I'm saying? Because in the words of the great Bruce Lee, all y'all got to do is what? Be water, my friends. I'm out, Familia. I'm going to catch y'all next week. Be sure to share the social medias. I'm going to share the new YouTube page. All right, so y'all be sure to go on. Let me know if you need the new YouTube page. If you're following me now, message me on social media, and I'll get you the link. All right? I'm out, baby. I'll catch y'all next week, man. Gridiron Nation. I'm out, baby. Peace. I'll be blowing up and booming like the 4th of July. The number 1 draft pick. Them has-beens till they past tense. Everybody wanna feel this glory I bask in. Getting antsy when they see my silhouette in the smog. Then you struggle with your breathing as I creep through the fog. Let's get it on. Gonna meet me up in the end zone. Before they know it, when they looking up and I've been gone. We hype tonight. I show up under the lights.